Hello, welcome back. It's been a while. I definitely was not able to do any of my recordings because I was under commission. I had a little bit of a cold coming on, which I fought real quick. And then I had a bit of a pink eye situation happening. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to just not do any visual recording. So I did more of my tarot reads and things like that. Today I don't really have a message that I am coming on here wanting to share. I do have my decks with me, so I'm probably going to do a reading. I definitely want to encourage you guys to engage with me, leave some comments, let me know what you're feeling, what you want to see more of. My content's pretty much going to be very diverse. Just know it's always for growth and evolvement by aid of personal empowerment and divination. I am Princess V, the creator of Love Clearly. I have a few platforms that I'm on. You can find them all down in the description. In the meantime, I'm just pretty much coming on here today just to pretty much give an update to where I'm at and to do a little reading on what we need to know. I may start doing some readings just more on a spiritual based vibe, because I know when I first began my spirituality, I've been deep within myself since I went through my first little heartbreak. And it wasn't even a heartbreak. It was whatever it was. It was just not what I thought, But it was back in 2016. Yeah, I think it was 2016 that I first started really trying to find what I like energetically, because I was lost, honey. I might even just title this story time, because honestly I don't really have a message that I want to put out. Vibes have been pretty good. I'm not really in a space where I'm wanting to give new motivational tips and things like that, mainly because right now I'm taking my own advice. I'm somebody, I replay my videos to re-inspire me back into my groove. Right now, because I just got off of being sick and I was still trying to push out content in the meantime, I've neglected my writing, which, oh my God, I cannot continue to do. And I also neglected my home. My home is a little messy. My office, it's not so bad, but my living room, my laundry, it's looking a little crazy. So I'm you know what, let me just be human and just understand that I'm growing and evolving just like everybody else. And I like the fact that I'm coming onto my channel. Oops, sorry, I accidentally kicked my desk. But I like that I'm coming onto my channel being a little bit more authentic, just because I don't believe in fluff, and I'm not wanting to create my platform based off of fluff. So if I'm wanting to do something, I'll do it. If I don't, then I won't. I'm not here to change who I am unless it's for my highest and greatest good. I'm still standing in my higher power. That's why I'm showing up today. That's why I'm continuing to move forward in my life, no matter what tries to make me sidestep. I'm still yeah, I'll sidestep. I might stop for a little bit. I might take some TLC, but I'm coming back again. And one thing I am changing with my content is, unless it's a tarot read, then I'll put on a quiet, soft music. But if I'm recording like this, I'm not putting any music in my background anymore, just because that was the old way of doing it, I felt. And I honestly just jumped back on to content creating just because that was my vibe, that's what I'm on right now. But at the same time, I don't like it anymore. I don't like hearing music in the background, and I believe that's my daughter knocking on the door. Give me one moment, baby. I don't know if it was her or my neighbors, I'm not certain, but regardless, here I'm just more so focused on authenticity and just really becoming all that I'm meant to be. And by doing that, my goal, my purpose is to also inspire others, mainly because everything that I'm doing now on a content level creating stance, I've been doing behind the scenes for the past 2 years. And I have literally manifested the life that I want. And from being jobless at my mom's house to moving into my own 2-bedroom apartment, having my own way of bringing in income, like I've literally just transformed my life. And I want to say it happened overnight, but it didn't. It was a journey. It was a path. It was something that I had to kind of like not even notice that I was doing until I had to take some time for reflection. And in this world, a second. Yes, babe. Okay, have a seat on the couch. I'll be there in a second. Love you. So we have this way of moving through life in a very chaotic stance. And it doesn't matter where you're from, what you have, what you don't have. As someone that's a part of the collective, I see how every day it's like we're fighting to stay positive. We're fighting to like remember who we are. You can get so caught up in the day-to-day life that you forget, like, you're only human. Like, you deserve some love and attention as well. Like, we're so used to showing love in this external form when really it should start internally. And for me, being someone that, yeah, I mentioned a little wannabe heartbreak, but in reality, I've never been in a relationship. I've never committed myself wholeheartedly to someone. So I don't know what that feeling truly is of bonding with someone and losing that. But what I can say from the outside looking in, it doesn't look easy. It doesn't look easy. It definitely gives me this energy of like brokenheartedness. Like, I can see why, like, in the tarot, there's the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is pretty much like where you've just been through real betrayal. Your heart has been torn apart. Like, you've really felt it. And I'm somebody, I don't have to go through it to respect it. I don't have to actually experience it to say, oh yeah, this isn't for me. I can see somebody else go through it and say, yeah, that's just not my vibe. I'm not on that. And what I've learned along my journey is that my perspective has really been able to sustain me in life. I have not ever lost my spark. I've always had it, no matter where you found me, no matter what my life may have looked like externally. I've always like enjoyed my me time. I've enjoyed myself, and I've brought myself into this period of my life where I can't be selfish with my wisdom anymore. I have to now share it. I'm somebody who, if you know me in my personal life, like, you would come to me for advice. You'd want to bounce ideas off me. I'm a great soundboard just because I don't look at it from a selfish or envious stance. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to be in their highest and greatest power. I want everybody to evolve into whatever their life looks like. I'm not somebody, like, I don't believe in me having my own beliefs and saying, yeah, you must do the same as well. Like, no, what works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. But as a human being that is growing and evolving with the world, I can't help but want to shed more light on positivity, on practical ways to be positive. Everybody can say, oh, love and light, peace, happiness, joy, da 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 da. I understand it and I definitely respect it, but I also understand that sometimes we have moments where we just question ourselves and we begin to think like, okay, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Does this make sense? Should I stop? Are people looking at me? Are they not? I get it. Like, we are logical people. Like, we always want to overthink a situation. And I'm an Aquarius, honey. I'm an Aquarius with many opposing planets or many opposing zodiac signs within my chart. So I have a lot of like things going on that causes me to be pulled in different directions. But one thing that I stabilize in is my own inner happiness, my own inner wisdom. I love spending time alone. I'm an outgoing person, but I'm also an introvert at the same time. Like, I'm somebody like, again, in my personal life, you know me, I kind of have been missing for a while. Like, people literally, like, all right. Again, this is like story time. So this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but this is just what I'm being led to speak on right now. But I'm somebody where if you knew me back in like high school or whatever story that I was sharing or whatever future goals I was sharing at that time, that's pretty much where majority of those people that knew me believe that I did. Like they thought I went away for college. They are thinking I'm not even in the same town that we were like raised in, and I can't say I'm against that thought process, but it's also like now I'm like, all right, Felicia, or all right, Princess B, because in real life, you know, I'm Princess all day, every day. But I had to be real with myself and say, okay, yeah, I get it. We love to be in hiding. We love to be in our own space. We love to keep the focus on ourselves. I understand. I get it. But what about the more? Like, what about actually like stepping on a platform? If I had $1 for everybody that told me to start recording and putting out my insight years ago, I'd probably be rich by now. Okay, I'd probably be so rich. But I was like, you know what? Like, I get it. I respect it. But I guess at that moment in my life, I was too caught up in myself. And even now, I'm still caught up in myself, but I'm in it in a different way. I'm in it where I now have to inspire myself to continue to be my own boss. I have to inspire myself to carve out time to actually write. I have to carve out time. I have to be my own parent here. And it took me becoming a mother to be like, oh, hold on a second. Like, there's more to life than doing whatever I want to do. Okay, there is more to life than just this playful like enjoyment of life. Like, I'm not saying to not do that, but I never learned true discipline. And the fact that I'm having to raise a daughter with discipline, I'm like, damn, like how am I gonna discipline this little girl when I don't even discipline myself? Like, what? So that's where I'm coming on, trying to help motivate myself and the world, or whoever finds my content, on this, like, let's empower ourselves. Let's know what we want and go for it. And if you don't know what you want, I definitely recommend spending some time in solitude and figuring out what you want. Not what your parents told you, not what your teacher told you, not any of these old narratives that no longer resonate, but finding out what your person wants, what your inner child wants, and aligning it together so that you can sustain your life with that. For myself, what I've really learned is sometimes you learn that along your journey. And if right now you're not in the place where you need to know everything you need to know, then fine, don't worry about that. Enjoy your life. Like, don't forget to laugh. Like, don't forget to like smile at the beautiful day and embark on new journeys, because that's pretty much what we're here to do. But at the same time, as you start climbing up the ladder of life, as you start aging, in order to be able to sustain the enjoyment and positive and fun life that you have to be able to sustain yourself. You have to be able to not depend on outside people for your resources. And I've had to literally do that. I'm still doing that. Right now, I'm at this phase in my life. Okay. Again, this is story time with me. Okay. Story time with Fee, or however I decide to name it. I don't know. But I'm at this place in my life where my lease has about 2.5 months left. After that, I want to go spend some time in my mother island, where my family comes from. I'm Jamaican. My grandparents are still down there. I have cousins and aunts and uncles that are down there. And I definitely want to go spend some time really learning more about myself and really grounding in my island's energy and renewing myself, so that when I come back to the States, I'm doing it in a way where I'm even more empowered in myself. Like, I don't want to grow to a place where I lose who I am. I don't want to gain the world and lose myself. That's something that I've never seen for myself, nor am I going to let become something that becomes my reality. Like, that's not happening. And regardless if you're spiritual or not, there is this pulsing energy of this pulsing frequency that causes things and people and life to evolve. And me personally, I'm Christian based, but I don't really feel all the how can I put this? There's a lot of boxing when it comes to religions. There's a lot of like, do it this way. If you don't do it this way, then you're damned for life. Like, a lot of religions have that, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in putting myself in a box in order to become this person for this future life. Like, I don't believe in that at all. Yes, babe.
We just finished already, and it would need to be 4 pages, so there could do, but there it didn't. It'd only be fluffy.
Okay, I understand that. Then put something else on, baby. I'm coming, okay?
Okay.
That's my daughter. Pardon if she's not looking her best. Today we are cleaning this house, okay? And I don't even look my best. I literally just, I've never actually stepped into my best look unless I'm going out. Here, even now, like, my eyebrows aren't done. Like, I'm just pretty much wearing a tank top, jacket, some pants. Like, I'm chilling. I'm about to get up and go clean and get my life together. But I definitely want to empower anybody that's listening to know that we're all humans and we're all in this game of life, and it is up to us to play it how we want to play it. And I feel like playing it in a positive way just helps to benefit you on the long term. And if you got big goals, baby, that means you got to really be in your power. You cannot sit here and worry about what he said, she said, they said, like this morning, okay? And I'm going to quickly do a little reading and then sign off. So this morning, right, I kind of woke up like, it's crazy how many people came in and out of my life. And I'm such a, I guess, humanitarian that, like, growing up, there was people that genuinely didn't do right by me, but I still helped and I still showed up for. And I kind of sat down and I was like, wow, like, even when it comes to like my situation with Billy. And if you don't know who Billy is I don't even know how to describe it, because I don't feel like it's that. I just think it's more so like just evolved into something very toxic and bad. But I would say Billy is my daughter's dad. I don't want to name him, nor do I want to say baby daddy, nor do I want to say child's father, because none of those even really resonate. So I'll just say Billy. If you don't know who Billy is, or as I continue my channel, you're just going to have to figure out who Billy is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyways, with Billy, I literally saved him from a DUI. A really bad DUI where this man could have been really screwed. I've saved somebody that used to be my best friend that we stopped being friends, but some way, somehow, I was able to help him graduate high school. We don't talk. To this day, we don't talk. But I still was able to assist in that. I've had, at one point in my life, I was in this like really big house, and I was letting people come live in my home because they were going through whatever, like, housing situation or family situations. I was letting them move into my house, and still some way, somehow I was betrayed. Still some way, somehow we're not speaking anymore. Still some way, somehow I find myself not with these same people that I've helped. And at first I was like, dang, am I like a doormat? Like, do people just use and abuse me and go? Is that what it is? But I'm also never a victim. So I was like, girl, like, people come, people go. It is what it is. All I know is I got to show up for me and mine. And I got to make sure that whoever I encounter along my way, that I am helping them. And as much as I can sit back and say, oh, I messed up, I should have let them all fall on the sword. It's like, nah, I don't regret it, because at the end of the day, that's helping me to override my my bad karma in this world. I used to do a lot of reckless things, okay? And I would say a lot of reckless things, and I would stand on what I said. Like, I would drill into somebody who triggered me, and it was such a toxic way that I would do it, because I would always be so outgoing, happy, and I always would go with my best foot forward, because that's what I expect back. Like, I'll be nice to you if you're nice to me. If you want to be an asshole to me, then let's get it. Let's go crazy. Like, we can go for days on that. But I would really like hit them for the jugular. I would let them have it where it's like, oh my God, I'll never speak to this girl again. Like, things can go really bad. And I would be like, oh my God, like, I'm just putting out bad energy in this world that's going to come back for me. And I used to take my bad karma. I used to literally, like, I would get into it with somebody. I'd say some wild stuff, whatever the case is. And then I'll be like, well, I'm ready for karma. Whatever she's coming from me, like, whatever she wants to do, let's get it. Like, I ain't scared. Like, let's do it. In the same sense, I think I was also balancing out that bad karma with good karma. And that's why a lot of things just end up happening for me, because I don't get wild until I'm triggered. And now I'm learning to not get triggered, because no one deserves that power over me. So now that I'm learning to override my own emotions, it's just helping me to stay at this high vibrational energy regardless of who's with me or not. And I feel like that's what's really helping me along my journey. And that's why now that I'm actually willing to create content and willing to record myself and to actually post it and to really, be on my boss stuff and believe in myself and take that step forward, I want to empower others, because that's just what I've always wanted. That's what I've always done for myself. Like, I never really had external empowerment. Not a lot of people around me would be like my cheerleader and things like that. But even when it comes to like my hoes, and that's a whole nother video for a whole nother topic or whatever. But like, when it would come to like the boys in my life, men, or whatever you want to call them in my life, it was like I was always like their cheerleader. Like, I'm not gonna be with you, I might not want to be in that relationship, but like, just know if you're ever around me and we're chopping it up, like, I want you to feel empowered. I want you to feel great. I want you to know you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And I'm just taking that same energy and putting it more on a platform where anybody can grab it if they choose to do so. So that was just a quick story time. It was a little rant. It was a all around the place type of energy. I just honestly wanted to get back on here, like actually put my face back on camera, because I wasn't really planning on doing more readings on here, but now I feel like I'm drifting that way, and I still want to be humanized in my content. I don't want it to be where all you see is my cards and never my face. I want my face to be there too, because I like it. And that's just what it is. So we're going to do a quick reading, and then I'll go ahead and sign off. Again, this is just me, going on a rant, having a little bit of a story time, talking, popping, living my best life, or whatever the case is. And yeah. So the reading that we are going to do today is a past, present, future reading. This is all about where we came from, where we're currently at, and what we want out of life. Life, it's ours to control. And we can either control it from the bleachers, which, if this isn't no disrespect to any coaches out there, but like, if you're a coach, you can only play the game so much. You can tell the players what to do. You can scream from the sidelines. But if you're not actually in the game, you don't really have much of a say-so, And I feel like we need to get off the bench of our life and really get active. And then if you hear this noise of this police going past or ambulance going past, my bad, it be like that sometimes. Sending them love, because oh my gosh, it's kind of so ghetto outside. But the world is ghetto as a whole. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter where you come from, just outside just kind of looks a bit hectic sometimes. And I'm choosing to take care of my perspective, because it matters to me. And one of the reasons why I feel like my energy was able to be sustained for so long is because I don't mix myself with anything that scares me. I don't watch scary movies. I don't watch those like criminal shows. Like if I ever have in my life, which I have, the criminal shows at least, or even I have watched at least, I can name 5 scary movies that I've seen in my whole 28 years of life. And each one was with somebody else because they wanted to. I never was like, let's watch this scary movie because I want to. Like, nah, I'm good. Let me rewatch a show I already watched before and laugh at that like I never seen it before. Like, let me watch a movie that makes me feel good because that's what I'm on. I'm not on this, oh, let me be creeped out. Like, nah, I don't do that. I don't do that, okay? So, I already shuffled the deck. I am setting the intentions that whoever listened to this video all the way through is here to receive a message from the cards, whether it is personal, whether it is for the collective. Regardless of what it is, there's always a way to resonate with what anybody is saying. You just have to choose to grab the gems that apply in your life. So in the past, let's see how we were in the past. In the past, oh my gosh, I know I literally just shuffled this so many times. So I'm actually going to leave this out just in case it really wants to stay out. But it's telling me to tell you guys. I do daily readings on my TikTok, which is Love Clearly. And if you are interested, definitely follow me on that. I am leaving all my content or all my platforms in the description below. But the card that came out first that I'm actually trying to not really sit with for long because it came out in the past energy on my TikTok reading of the day today, which was Knight of Wands, which is this like person who always speaks their mind, always is rushing to say their opinion, regardless of who's listening, regardless if they understand it, just really in this like this rushing energy. And I'm going to still actually leave it in this past energy because that's what came out, and that's clearly what the divine spirit, the universe, our higher power is wanting to talk about. If you are somebody who is easily triggered, easily wanting to get your point across regardless of what the other person's feelings may be, I'm seeing that's something you have to leave in the past. Not all the time is your opinion valid. I'm not saying we're not entitled to our own perspectives. We are. But sitting there and feeling as though you have to drill your opinions on somebody and to keep reminding them of how much you did or how much you didn't, how much they didn't do, or whatever the case is, like that's an old energy that's actually very low vibrational. Having to over-explain yourself or over-explain a situation or your thought process or whatever the case is, it really, in hindsight, is your way of trying to validate your emotions, and you having to prove to somebody else why your feelings matter is such a draining thing. If they don't get it, they're not meant to get it. But it's not up to us to keep explaining and to rush into moments with like this peacock energy of I'm the best, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and you're gonna take it. Like, nah, like I'm gonna let you have that. If we're not resonating right now and we're not able to find eye to eye, instead of me taking it as disrespectful and me wanting to say, you know what, time for me to tell you about yourself, I'm gonna say, all right, you got that. Present energy is Queen of Swords. And with Queen of Swords, and actually, oh my God, this is why it's always good to read. This is Knight of Wands. The card that came out on my TikTok was Knight of Swords. And just because I saw like the way the horse and I saw the knight, I was like, oh my God, this is Knight of Swords again. This is actually Knight of Wands. And this is more so kind of the same as what I was mentioning, because clearly whatever comes out is meant to come out. But this past energy of just wanting to go for what your personal stance was and not worrying about anybody else. And I see that's not serving you in the long run. I'm not saying to put people above you, but I'm also saying that other people's perspectives matter. Other people's energy matters, and it's not up to us to change theirs to match ours. That's what we're not doing anymore. And by Queen of Swords coming out in this present energy, it's you realizing like you don't have to rush into everything with this big, enraged, and I gotta prove this point type of energy. No, you know what your value is. You know who you're worth. You know what's going on. You're looking to the future. You're looking to your higher power. You're looking for your inner wisdom. You're connecting with your higher power. You're learning the laws of the universe and adapting to that. So this whole, I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that, I have to go focus on them, I have to figure out this, I have to overthink that. It's not serving you, baby. Not serving you. And what I see coming out in the future tense is more so having a better way of looking at your life, having a better way of connecting with your higher power, having this way of being so confident within yourself that you continuously show up as your higher self, regardless if you're doing it on purpose or not. Sometimes we have this way of just speaking without thinking, living without inspired action, and it's as if you kind of go onto autopilot. But when you're connected with your divine, when you're connected with your higher power and the universe, and you are just practicing the law of attraction, you are practicing your growth and evolvement, you're empowering yourself, you're like, yes, like I'm gonna keep living my best life every day. Yeah, it's like you show up effortlessly, and you do this effortlessly, and regardless of who resonates and who doesn't, you know you're doing this for people that you have not even seen yet. You know you're living a certain life for the version of you haven't even got to yet. And as you do that, it inspires others to take that step as well. And from my ancestors deck, or from, it's like the ancestors and spirit guide deck, I am seeing the eagle. See from a higher perspective. So change up the way that you used to think and go for all that you desire. Know that whatever is happening for you, whatever's happening to you, whatever you feel like has caused you any like, oh, I don't like this, or oh, this is making me mad, just know there's a higher meaning to it, and there's a lesson in everything. And if you find the beauty in that, then you've learned to override the downward spiral you were on, and then you begin to spiral upwards. And if you don't know about spiraling upwards, baby, learn about it, read about it, see about it. I'll maybe do a video about it. We'll see how that goes. But spiral upwards. Don't continue to spiral downwards, because everybody thinks the spiraling only goes down, but it actually goes up. It goes up. Just grab it and go for it. Next up, we have no strings attached. So this actually came out in one of my other readings, but right now it's just more so saying whatever ways you were living in the past, whatever you were tolerating back then, whatever you were settling for but you feel like it's no longer resonating, let it go. Live in this like everything is happening for me, I expect a great life, and take that leap of faith. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Because you can have the divine on your side all you want, but if you're not taking those steps to actually evolve and change, then you kind of leave your dreams in this limbo stage where it's like, it's right there, you can see it, you just can't touch it because you're not taking any action towards it. Take action on what you want. Take action on who you want. Take action on becoming your best self. Be confident in your daily life, because baby, there's only one of you, and it's up to you to become your best version. All right. And a self-care card is to sing more. I don't care if you sing well or if you sing horribly. Put that song on and sing like your life depends on it. Let it be known that we're here to grow and evolve, okay? We're here to grow, evolve, change, and be empowered. So, if you don't know, let me let you know. I'm Princess Fee, the creator of Love Clearly, here to assist with growth and evolvement by aid of personal empowerment and divination, baby. So, I appreciate you all for listening on this video. If you followed it all the way through, you might as well go ahead and like. You might as well share it, comment, whatever you want to do, because there's more coming. I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for a good time and a long time. So I'm sending you peace, love, happiness, health, and wellness. And We will meet again. Bye.